Hi. So today I'm going to show you what I like to call the Burpee Pyramid of death. Yeah, not to disappoint. So, little known fact, the burpee was developed by a guy named Royal Burpee. I think he was a physiologist or a doctor or something like that. In like the 1930s, he developed the burpee as a test for the U.S. military. In an unrelated episode, he was later killed by friendly fire. Anyway, it's a good exercise because it does kind of hit your entire body. If you can do a squat, if you can do a plank, and if you can do a little bit of a jump, you can pretty much do a burpee. But it hits your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings, your abdominals, your shoulders, calves. So it's kind of an all-over body thing. I like to use this exercise as the warm-up to get me into my workout, because the beginning of it starts real slow and then there's just a big crescendo up to the end where it gets really, really hard. So I'll take you through that progression and see what you think. Okay, coming to you today in the scorching heat of Vancouver. Just kidding, nobody can ever complain about the heat in Vancouver. We live in the Goldilocks zone, never forget it. To bring you the Burpee Pyramid. I'll explain as I'm going. Here we go. Starting with 6. Okay. So set 1 is done. Just 6 reps. It's barely enough to even get your heart rate or anything going. It's like running up a couple of stairs. But sort of, gives your body a little bit of a hint as to what's coming. So next set, which is going to start at the beginning of the next minute, we're going to do 7. Yeah, 7. And go from there. Right about here, I'll put the audio in a separate track because the buzzsaw going off in my head was a little bit distracting. It also suffices to say that round about set 3 or 4, I pretty much lose the ability to communicate anyway, because that's when I sort of reach that physical limit. Anyway, as you can see, around about set 2, I still have my wits about me. If you were to look at a profile of this whole exercise going on, you'd sort of see that right about here, my pulse rate is running at about 125, and in between sets it sort of calms down to about 115. But by the time I get up here to set number 4, yeah, I start getting into the 130s and so on. So it's kind of like a progression that just goes up and up and up. I won't make you sit and watch this whole thing, so that's why I'm going to speed up here a little bit. No, I'm really just going that fast. So if one were to survive this entire exercise, it takes about 15 minutes, which is a good time frame for a pretty solid warm-up. Now, I don't recommend going all the way from 6 reps to 20 reps the first time you do it. I mean, unless you're that kind of athlete, hey, congratulations. But I would say start with something a little bit smaller. It's going to be a good warm-up even if you just go from 6 reps to 10 reps. So here's a fun fact. Some jerk named Cameron Dorn broke 2 burpee world records for the most in 12 hours with 5,657 and the most completed in 24 hours with 10,105. I think 5,657 is my 4-month record, so that gives you a good benchmark to go by. Okay, so you can sort of see me here in between these sets. I'm doing a little bit of that military breathing I was talking about before, where I'm sort of counting 4 breaths out, hold for 4 beats, and inhale for 4 beats, so on and so forth, trying to get my legs back under me, my lungs back under me. This is right about the moment where you can pretty much read it on my face, where I'm saying to myself, what have I signed up for here? Why am I doing this? Yeah, you can kind of see it on my face right here. Yeah, I'm sort of saying, oh man, did I really decide I was going to record this today? So by the time I get here to set number 9, my heart rate in between sets is only going down to about 130, and it's starting to peak up around 145, 150 at the end of the set. So I'm definitely sort of getting into the deep end here. The gentleman who showed up behind me and kicked off his shoes and started walking angrily up and down the lawn, shaking his arms around, you know, really trying to show me up here. Thinking, come on, man, be cool. Okay, so if you've made it to set number 11 and you're doing 16 reps now, congratulations, you're working your way into the deep end. Because now your minute that you're going through this cycle, you're only really getting about 25 good seconds of rest in between each set. And of course that just keeps getting shorter and shorter the longer it takes you to fit doing the set. So I'm going to kind of skip the next little bit and let me just show you the last set. Okay, so here we go for the 20 reps. And at this point, before I started this set, I only had about 10 seconds of rest. And it's getting really, really hard. You can't tell because I'm putting it in fast motion here, but I'm definitely slowing down a lot. Call 911.